back at it again with another video. But for today, this is the first time I'm ever going to do an unboxing video. So for today's video, I'm not going to talk about the techie stuff about this whole setup. I will leave that to the techie YouTubers. But for me, I will be talking about the advantages and disadvantages of having the iPad Pro 2020 if you are a student. So I want to see if this kind of setup is actually worth it as a student. So I will be segmenting this video into two parts. The first part will be the unboxing part, and the second part will be, of course, the review as a student. So if you want to know if this setup is worth it, please continue on watching this video. So without further ado, let's get started.
Oops, so there's the iPad 2020 Pro. Let's open it up. I just love the packaging of every Apple product. There's just something super satisfying about opening it for the first time. So now let's shake it off a bit. There you go. That's the iPad 2020. Let's just remove the plastic. Nothing super special about it. And of course, it comes with the instructions, the papers for the iPad Pro, and the famous big Apple stickers. And so it has the Type-C. These things really charge super duper fast. Let's remove the plastic and cover it. Okay, so let's set it up now. Turn it on. Hi. So it's activating now, and then let's do the Face ID. Don't look at my face. Okay, so it's all set up. Next, of course, we have to protect our iPad. This is my favorite part and the hardest part about any new device. It's putting the tempered glass. You have to clean it off a bit.
Okay, let's open our magic keyboard. So let's go on to the plastic. Okay, I see. So I see. Okay. We also have So for the first Pro, I love the design. As you guys can see, the design is very sleek and classy, and I like that about Apple because all of their products are really great when it comes to design. Next, of course, is that it has the bright retina display. So for example, you're an art student and you're really into coloring, animation, the bright retina display will really work into your advantage because the colors are very accurate, and I think it's brighter than my MacBook Pro. So for the design of the Apple Pencil, I like that they changed the design because the first generation Apple Pencil is glossy, but this one has a matte finish. So for very long hours of writing, it's very easy for you to grip it. And along with the matte finish is they also had this like flat portion of the Apple Pencil for a better grip, and I like that about the design because it makes it very easy for note taking. Next is I love the double tap feature of the new Apple Pencil. So what you can do is you can basically just double tap the front part to change it between writing and erasing. So it makes it very seamless for you to write, especially with long hours. It gives you that feel as if you're writing with a real ball pen. I love that the Magic Keyboard has the new magnetic feature to feel as if it is a laptop because of the design, as you can see. Next is I love that the Magic Keyboard now has the backlit colors. So for example, you're writing in a really dark place or you're studying really late at night, it won't give you a hard time typing because the keyboard now has a backlit feature. Very easy for you to do note taking, especially if you're doing it at night. So those are the things that I liked about the design of this full setup. And of course, let's now go on to the second part that I love about this is of course it has the advanced technology. So what do I mean by the advanced technology? New iPad Pro now has the wide angle lens and the LiDAR scanner. So first, for the iPad Pro's wide angle lens, it's very easy now for you to scan documents because you just prop it up and change to wide angle and then you can get the whole document, as opposed to before I would have to go really far back and it's kind of hard for me to get the perfect angle to photocopy or to get a whole picture of the document that I'm scanning. And of course, as you can see here, there's this thing that's called the LiDAR scanner. So the LiDAR scanner detects the range or how far an object is by using light. So the good thing about the LiDAR scanner is that it's perfect for AR or if you're into augmented reality. So if you're into animation, you're into architecture, you're into interior design, the iPad Pro 2020 is really perfect for you. Next, of course, the Magic Trackpad. The keyboard trackpad for me is actually very seamless when I'm using it. It feels as if it's an actual laptop, but the only difference is that of course it's smaller compared to the iPad Pros or the MacBook Airs. So those are the things that I love when it comes to advanced technology. And the third thing that I love about it is, of course, the accessibility. Is my notes are very accessible when it comes to the iPad. So when you're a student and you're always on the go and you always want to study on the go like me, I always study in the car. Using an iPad is very good for studying because you have everything just at the tip of your fingers. It's very seamless when it comes to accessibility because it has features that allow it to mimic the laptop. And that's what I love about it. So for example, here I can go to my photos. I want to look at my notes. I can easily zoom in. I can easily zoom out using just my two fingers. And that's what I love about the accessibility of this new iPad. So the first thing that I don't like about it is the question marks when it comes to design. First of all, there's just something about the design that makes it a little bit harder for me as a student. For the Apple Pencil, I just don't like that for the Magic Keyboard, it's just propped up on top. So it's very easy to lose because when you close it, and for example, you just want to put it in your bag, it can easily slide off. Next is of course for the Magic Keyboard setup, I don't like that you can't perfectly twist it. It only stops here. So if you want to do note taking, you have to remove it and pop it up on the Magic Keyboard to do the note taking. That's what I don't like about the Magic Keyboard. It doesn't make note taking as seamless as I'd want it to be. Number 2 is, this might be very controversial, but portability. Like how easy it is for a person to bring this thing around. So a lot of people are getting the iPads in general because they think it's very portable and it's light as compared to your MacBook. But that's not particularly true because this whole setup, the Magic Keyboard, along with the iPad Pro 11-inch, is the same weight as what you would have for your MacBook Air 11-inch. So when it comes to portability, I would have to smash that misconception because it's basically the same. If you get the 12.9 with the 12.9 Magic Keyboard, it's almost, if not the same weight as the MacBook 13-inch Air. So when it comes to portability, I wouldn't recommend having this setup. So the last thing I don't like about this setup is, of course, how expensive this whole setup is. As I've mentioned earlier, the Magic Keyboard is really magical when it comes to its price. The MacBook Air Inch costs about $900 when it comes to the lowest tier, but this one is $1,300. And this is the lowest gig that you can get for the iPad right now. I think 256 GB. Oh no, it's the second tier, but it's still really expensive. So if you really want a laptop, like if your rationale for getting the iPad setup is you want a laptop, might as well get a real laptop because this stuff is more expensive than your whole laptop setup. Okay guys, so basically that was it for my iPad unboxing and review. If you like this video, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel and turn on your little notification bell just so you know that I have uploaded a new video. If you have any comments, suggestions, violent reactions, or ideas for the next vlog, please feel free to comment down on the section box below. And again, that was Liz. Thank you.